Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Going On. Today we have two phenomenal women. They are the owners of Becoming Her magazine, which is a powerful platform that celebrates and amplifies women. We're going to be talking to them a little bit about the work that they're doing and about their magazine. Well, let's bring them on. Hello. Hi, Jasmine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Excited to finally meet up with you guys. I know we've been kind of going back and forth for a while to try to make this interview happen, so I'm excited to have you guys here.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. To be honest, this gave us a chance to learn a little bit more about Swag Her.
Yeah.
It was my first time actually learning about you guys.
Okay. Yeah, we've been around for a while, and I'm glad we got the opportunity to connect and share platforms, because
Right?
that's what it's really about: collaboration over competition always.
Period.
Um, So, just tell us a little bit about how you guys got started. How did you meet, and how did you come up with the concept for the magazine?
So I guess I can go first. So me and Crystal, we have been, well, first we were accountability partners, that turned into business partners. We've known each other for about 8 years,
Mhm.
or so. And we had a bad experience. Well, I had a bad experience with another publication. And so
Mm-hmm.
Crystal, and I told Crystal about it. And Crystal was like, well, why don't we just do our own? And so that's what birthed Becoming Her magazine, because we wanted to create a platform for women to be heard. We did not have a platform for ourselves to share our struggles, our journeys, what all the things that we've been through as women. And so we wanted to create that for other women.
I love that. Crystal, did you want to chime
Yes.
in?
Yes, what she said. Hey, everybody, I'm Crystal Jordan, and exactly what Jasmine said. And I believe that most women need a platform. All magazines that I have seen and Jasmine seen growing up has been about celebrity woman. It's not about the everyday woman. And the everyday woman
Mhm.
have stories too. So that was one of the reasons behind it. And Jasmine wanted to amplify the everyday woman voice. And I wanted to just be a part of a magazine because I've been wanting to be a part of a magazine since I was 13. My favorite movie is 13 going on 30. So that was my vision when I was a little Crystal. And to see it all have came reality with the help of Jasmine and just us doing it together has been amazing.
It really
I
has.
love that, a magazine for the everyday woman, because you're right. Most oftentimes you see on the cover of a magazine, it's a celebrity, an
Mhm.
actress, or someone like that, and the everyday woman isn't usually celebrated. So I love that. I think that's dope that you guys are doing that and you're making it happen.
Thank you.
How do you? I read that part of the vision for the magazine was you kind of wanted to break free from the limitations that society puts on women and kind of redefine the narrative surrounding women. So how do you ensure, with each issue that you create of the magazine, that it stays true to your vision, and that you're constantly, I guess, pushing those boundaries to challenge the narratives that are already out there about women, and creating your own narrative.
Well, I guess the way that we do our magazine and our brand is that like the stories that we have inside of our magazine, they're based off of the stories that women bring to us. We do not ask any, like, we ask based off of the story that they provide us. The bio, their storyline, from the feature forms that we have, all comes from them. And so that's how we stay true to our vision and mission, is by making sure that our interview questions are based on what they're providing us, their story.
So
Pretty much what
I know
Jasmine said.
No, I was
Oh,
gonna
sorry.
just say, um so the women come to you with the stories, like how do you put yourself out there to find for the women to find you, basically, is my question. You can answer that, Crystal.
Oh, that's a good question. So pretty much we find our women on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, social media, and
Mhm.
also when we go through, we do events in Atlanta. We meet women there, and we're like, oh, we love your story. We'll let it feature you. We ask, hey, tell us more about your story, because every woman has a story, and we love to hear them. Our biggest thing is the woman we feature understand that we're a God affirming brand, and we will not feature or work with any brand that don't align with that core value. We have 5 core values, but that's our biggest core value is us being a God affirming brand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love that, and I don't think I've heard that before. Usually people don't. Well, honestly, what I've been seeing a lot are a lot of people are using quote unquote God as a branding tool to try to, I guess, get that market of people. But to have a part of your core values that you want people that are God affirming is really dope because, like I said, you don't see that a lot, and I love that. And because your magazine serves as a catalyst for positive change in the lives of women, can you think of a particular experience or a story that you guys might have shared that maybe made some type of transformation in your readers' lives or your lives or something like that? Just a story that really stood out to you guys?
Crystal, you want to take that one?
Mm, we have so many good
I'm
stories.
sure
It's
you
hard
do.
to choose one.
Right.
Um, if I have to choose one in particular, it would be I feature Whitley, and she's actually our brand ambassador.
Yeah.
And right now she's currently going through a domestic violence situation, and just seeing how she's trying to go beyond that and become a voice for women and still do her business was amazing. And just talking to her and going deeper into her story um, was amazing because she was so excited to share her story when we first met her, but we didn't
Mhm.
know how powerful her story was until we actually sat down and really got to know who she was. And because of that, she would be one of the women who stood out to me the most. Because, like I said, so many stories we read every month. That's the one that in the back of my mind, how she left this relationship and he trying to take her for everything, and all she's trying to do is move on with her life and be the woman that God wants her to be, but her past is just weighing her down.
Mhm.
Do you have a particular story, Jasmine?
Honestly, she said my story, Whitley, I don't think anybody understands the gravity of Whitley's story. We have so many amazing features. We really do.
Mm-hmm.
But she is currently she's in the depths of her journey,
Mm-hmm.
and she used our platform as a way to not feel so stagnant by it. And that really stood out to us, and it really showed us that what we're doing, it really means something. Because she was afraid to actually share her story on our platform because of her current situation. And like maybe a month or two after, she was like, no, 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 I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my story. I'm not going to let this silence me. And that is the reason why we started becoming her magazine, is so that women can feel empowered to share their story. And she is the catalyst of that. She is becoming her magazine.
Wow, I love that. Um, what emphasis do you guys place on like diversity and inclusion within your magazine? Is there an effort to create diversity, or are we just talking to Black women like us?
Mm-mm. No, we feature all women of all shapes, all sizes, all skin tones. We feature all, and we don't want to be placed in a box. While we do feature the Black woman, we are Black women. That is gonna always be the totem pole. We're going to make sure that we feature our Black women, but Becoming Her magazine is for all, and we are working overtime to make sure that reflects on our cover as well.
Yes,
Yeah, what
I love
Jasmine
that.
said.
I love that.
Thank you. Like what Jasmine said, we're really trying to work on our cover reflecting
Mhm.
us representing all women. Um, the first year was a platform, and the foundation for Black women. So we want people to know, yes, we're a Black owned brand. We are Black women. We celebrated the Black woman in so many ways in 2023, but 2024 and beyond, we're going to continue to celebrate the Black woman. But now we're going to add layers like an onion. And now we might start celebrating white women, Asian women, Hispanic women, Korean women, all women, because all women have a story. And we didn't just want to be a magazine just focusing on the Black woman's story, because that's leaving out so many other women's stories that their voices need to be amplified. So I hope that answer your question.
Yeah, it does. And our newest issue of the magazine is about sisterhood. And the lines drawn in the sand sometimes, divide us. But when it comes to being women and mothers and sisters, everybody has a story that they can relate to. Just being a mother, just being a woman. We all have some commonalities that we can relate to, and they should be celebrated and talked about. And
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like when you are open to more diverse and inclusive conversations, you help more people. You help more people. You spread your message even wider. Because I know, as Black women, we have challenges that other people don't have.
Right.
However, other people won't know or be able to relate to it if we're not celebrating all stories and talking about women from all across, you know, all dynamics. So I love that you guys do that. Excuse me. I want to kind of pivot to talk about the magazine a little bit right now. In this digital age, like where do you see the role of print and digital magazine? Where do you see it evolving to, or how do you want to see it grow in the future?
Ooh, that's a great question. I love your questions. All right,
Right.
so our vision is to be bigger than Essence. So our vision is to be a print magazine. Our vision is to have conferences, summits, panels, um, and beyond that. If you look at media right now, everything is currently shifting. A, because of AI, B, because people are now wanting something tangible versus digital. Because now you're starting to see a lot of digital magazines popping up, but are they truly a digital magazine, or are you just calling yourself a magazine and you're just posting online like a blog and you call that a magazine? So because me and Jasmine feel like we are a traditional publication, we are leaning to be in we lean to be in stores, and that is our goal. For me and her, I know she got more to add, but that's the goal for us to be bigger than Essence and be print, because we need her generation, her kids, to look up to becoming her magazine. Like I looked up to Essence and Ebony and Jet. That's the goal for becoming her magazine, for the next generation can look up and be like, I remember this story and it's really changed my life, or whatever.
I agree. Our goal is definitely to be bigger than Essence. I want to reiterate that, and we want to be a household name. Um, we we started this with a vision, and we're definitely, me and Crystal are going to see it through. Um, it's going to happen because God is putting the steps forth to make sure that that happens. Um, Becoming Her magazine is powerful because all women are always in the season of becoming her until we are no longer here on this earth. We're going to always become her. And so Becoming Her magazine is needed, and it will be everywhere the woman is.
Yes, I love that. I love that you have a vision, a grand vision, and I can see you guys being bigger than Essence. But then too, you guys are kind of in your own lane. You're
Yeah.
making your own path. So I love that for you guys. And women, we're constantly becoming her. I love that, evolving and ever growing and becoming her, becoming who you're going to be, your future self. I love that, and your experiences as you go through life shape that. One of the questions, I wanted to ask. First of all, who's the autism mommy?
We both are.
Yes, I love it. I definitely have to shout it out. I was going to wait until I talk to you guys separately, but For sure, I'm an autism mommy. I have twins. They're on the spectrum. They're 5. So my next question is just going to be about the challenges that you face launching the magazine, while you are becoming her as a parent. As a woman trying to get a business off the ground. We understand, we do, and for the people who are listening, understand that there are challenges that neurotypical children don't bring that the kids on the spectrum bring. So how was it for you guys launching the magazine? What struggles did you have getting off the ground, and how did you overcome them? If you still if you've overcome them.
Chris, you
Jasmine,
want to
who
go
gonna take
first?
that first?
I
Okay.
can go first. You can go first.
Um, that's a loaded question. I am currently. I'm not gonna say struggling because I have. Shout out to my parents. If I don't say that, they're gonna get on me. My parents
Right.
are my support system. I'm currently in my season becoming her and
Mm-hmm.
walking with God at the same time. And being an autism mommy is a lot. So you said, how do we launch the magazine? Um, it for me, it was stressful because I was actually in the midst of a storm. When I called Jasmine, like, hey, you want my business partner for this idea, and I was in a whole storm. I was not okay in the beginning of creating becoming her. I personally was not okay. Um, it's been a struggle to find his services.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia services are trash when it comes to autism.
Yeah,
Um,
I think that's
but
across the board. If I'm being honest, it's not a lot.
girl, it's been a nightmare. I can go. I can go for hours talking about my personal experience.
Yeah.
So running a magazine and being an autism mommy, it has its challenges because he's not neurotypical. So it's I have to have moments where like my son been having a lot of behavior issues lately. Attitude is out this world, breaking stuff. So I have to sometimes turn off magazine owner to turn on. Okay, I'm a mom. What is going on? He has all these services that I have to focus on and try to
Mm-hmm.
get. And me being a single mom on top of that is stressful. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm I'm overwhelmed. I'm 90% of the time I'm overwhelmed. And
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to me trying to find his services and stuff, I don't have assistance in that area, so I struggle. So
Yeah.
some days I may be, and I'm working on this. Some days I can be mean to people and not realize I'm being mean to them because I'm so stressed with becoming her, Crystal, and everything else I got going on. So
Mm.
it's a full circle moment. So,
Yeah.
but getting the magazine off the ground has been amazing to watch. From our first major celebrity event sent out, like our name is really being brought into rooms, and it's been amazing. My personal aha moment was when I went to this private event. Now it was no media there, and I literally said, "I'm becoming her magazine." And at that moment, they was like,
Trying to make
"Oh,
me cry,
you becoming
girl.
her magazine? you you're becoming her magazine." I didn't even cry, and they let me in the room. I'm in this room, and it's this celebrity and his family event, so it wasn't open to the public. And I'm saying our name, our brand. I was able to get in the room, sit in there, get content, and just get to know the two celebrities. Um, and it was amazing to see. Wow, people know who
Mm-hmm.
our brand is. Even in that moment, I knew that I felt like I called her Jasmine. We made it because that for me that was major. And I was just in
Yeah.
the room with them, chilling, hugging them, talking to them like I'm talking to you. And I just thought that was
Mm-hmm.
so amazing. So that was my aha moment.
God affirming. That's why God will put you in those rooms.
Amen.
Um, let's see. For me, I am definitely in my becoming her season. I have been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. My oldest is 14.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have never had guessed that my life would be where it is right now. I mean, I have like a master's and stuff like that, but I was cool with being at home, I was happy being at home, taking care of my kids and just chilling. Um so it is definitely have been it has been a journey. I am an autistic mom. My son is more low support needs,
Mhm.
to the point where he can't really get services because they judge him, because he acts more atypical than he does, like a high support needs.
Mhm.
And which is kind of sad, because if you actually get to know Jason, he you and he gets comfortable with you, you can see those traits,
Mhm.
of autism. And there are a lot of things that he needs help with, that causes him to have anger issues and stuff like that. And he can't even see a therapist because he has to have ABA therapy that he will not get approved for. And so that, has been a journey, many cries and frustrations, to the point where I have really just given up.
Mhm.
Goes to the Marcus Autism Center, and that is about it. And because you get tired of hearing no, your
Mhm.
son doesn't need this, and I know my child, I know what he needs. And so it's like, for a provider to say what he doesn't need and you've only met him for a few minutes is baffling to me. um and I also have atypical children. I have three
Mhm.
atypical children. And so, being a magazine owner, being an author, being a wife, and a mom to four kids, it is a lot. I do get overwhelmed very easily. So I have to prioritize a lot of things, because my main thing is to make sure that my family doesn't get left, if that
Mhm.
makes sense. Um,
Mhm.
I don't ever want them to feel like I have dropped the ball on my role as a mother, because I'm doing this for my family.
Right.
So we can not want for anything. My children ask, can they go to McDonald's,
Mhm.
to get a full meal? I can do that. As of right now, that is a struggle. And so I want to provide for my kids. I want to take my kids on vacation. I want me and my husband to have that. And I am busting tail to make sure that I can provide that for them. And also not sacrifice, because that is something that we have heard time and time again, being magazine owners, is that they have lost their marriages. They have lost their relationship with their children because they sacrificed their family for their business. And
Mhm.
I want to be a testament that that doesn't have to happen to be successful. Um,
Mhm.
I want to pave a new way for women. We do not have to sacrifice our family to be where we want to be in life. So that is my goal, and I'm going to show everybody that it is possible. I hope that
So
answers the question.
yeah, I was watching an interview with Country Wayne and Shannon Sharp the other day,
Oh
and
yeah.
he said, if it's from God, you'll have time to sleep, your 8 hours, eat, and have time for your family. Like he won't give you a vision, an idea, a blessing, and you don't have time for those things because it's going to come with peace. So I love that. That's what your goal is, and that's what you guys are doing. I love what you guys are doing with the magazine. I can't wait to see you in the supermarkets and in the stores. I'm still very much a magazine person. I haven't picked up one in a while because you don't really see a lot anymore. It's mostly like home and garden and things like that. I don't really see somebody that looks like me on the magazine, so I don't pick them up like I used to. Um, but I love that you guys have a vision for your future and you guys are working towards it. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on the show. I can't wait to talk to you more. Any last words? Any words of wisdom you want to leave our listeners?
Words of wisdom. I can say, don't give up, like always. Like we all use that line, right? To not give up. But always put God first in everything that you do. He ordains those steps. And if you want anything to be successful, to thrive, you want him to be at the head so that he can stop anything from coming in and messing up what you have going on. You want him to be that shield for you. And so always put God first. Don't give up, even if it's starting to look hard. It's hard, but keep pushing through and it's going to work out.
Pretty much what she said. So if I have any words of encouragement for somebody, I would say start a business. God didn't give you that idea for no reason. And let's say you had an instance somebody stole your idea. Guess what? Things happen, and God probably wants you to come out with something better now. So hone on the idea. Write up my. If I have any advice, write a business plan. Pray. After you pray, execute it, figure out your strategy, and just do it. Like I say, just do it. And while you're doing it, remember to just keep God first and have your family there along the ride and have them celebrate with you. I personally believe in celebrating every small win. Some people just only celebrate big wins. I celebrate every little thing because you may not be here tomorrow. Death is always there because I know my family hate when I talk about death, but everybody in life is guaranteed one thing, and that is death. So my next advice is get that will, get that your life insurance in order, and have these hard conversations with your family. Um, my family hate these conversations because I have them often. So
Yeah.
yeah, they hate that about me. But it also, if you want to be featured at Becoming Her Magazine, go to becominghermagazine.com. And when you go to becominghermagazine.com, we have different things. If you're an art, then we have the Artist Spotlight. So you go to the Artist Spotlight. And if you also just a regular person like every other woman in the world, you just go to be featured and send in your story. Now, I will say this because I'm very transparent, and Jasmine is too. Jasmine vets y'all. She go through your profile. So if you are spiritual, I'm gonna say it. We're not judgmental, but don't waste your time because we're not gonna feature you.
And the reason why we say that is because Crystal and I have both been on that journey. Me in particular, I was full throttle in that journey, and I had to get jumped out to get out of that alignment and back to God. And I'm not I don't want to sacrifice my relationship with God. And so, and I know Crystal doesn't either. And so that's why we are
Mm-mm.
very transparent. That's why it is a part of our core values
Hmm.
and why we do vet profiles because we want to make sure that we are in alignment with God and his words
Oh
that
God.
are specifically written out in the Bible. So,
Okay.
so yeah.
Yep. I
Oh,
agree.
and I want to thank you to my mom because she is our biggest supporter.
Well,
Um,
She is.
Shout out to my
Both of our
mom.
moms are. They be cheering for us. And another thing, it just for me personally, I see how demonic it is.
Yes,
So that's the reason why we're not judging you, but we don't believe in it. And when you look at Chick-fil-A, the reason Chick-fil-A is so successful because they put God first in their business and they didn't budge for nobody. So that's how we're gonna kill it. We're standing firm on that. And then even that, me personally, I cut out circle of music
hmm
to further go with my vision with God. And I really don't drink like that because
uh-huh.
I mean, people turn to different people when they drunk. I don't. I just I just become a little bit more loose, more fun. But I can be loose and fun without drinks.
period.
Then it's fine
So
that you know your own values, your own ideologies, and everything because it's your business, and you attract those people that are like you. You want people that believe in the same vision, that have the same goals as you do. And I love that you guys are standing firm on that. You guys aren't budging, and that's why you're going to continue to, your business will continue to be blessed. I'm so glad to have you guys on. Thank you so much. Have a good day,
Thank
ladies.
you.